PSG, Barcelona and all that, those are teams that we have to play against them. If you have to win a trophy, you have to play against the best.
Arsenal have just won their third match in the group, improving their chances of qualifying for the next round. How did you see the match?
Winning is Arsenal's thing. They are used to winning, but the way we won this match, I think we won it. It was anyway, an anyway win. We played anyway we are playing, anyway we can win. So they never put in the effort that we expected, because I can't even explain this team BODO where it comes from. And with that performance, I think we were just lucky even to win today. Yeah.
It was expected that maybe you'll win with a bigger margin, maybe 3-0, 4-0, but Ateta fielded a much changed side. But your performance today was a bit low.
That's why I've told you this was an anyway win. I don't know what Arteta was thinking, but we can also excuse him because we are just coming from a tougher match. We played against Liverpool, so majority of our players are required to be rested. Even if you look at the lineup itself, I think it was good that Gabriel Magalhaes was benched completely. He never stepped on the pitch. It was also good that the likes of Shaka, the likes of Gabriel Jesus, the likes of I even thought he would have benched Odegaard, but he chose to play him, which was even Odegaard never played well. So I even thought he could have benched him also. But bottom line, I think Arteta was not serious with this match. He went to BODO to train, and he has trained the team. So probably with an eye of playing Leeds. We've seen young lads like Marquinhos being brought in. But there's this thing I want to talk about, playing Vieira and Odegaard at the same time. Once Odegaard is on the pitch, I don't think Vieira can perform. Because what Vieira does, Vieira is a shadow of Odegaard. They play more or less of a similar game. They are creative midfielders. And then once you place the two of them on the pitch, I think Vieira had no chance. Once Odegaard went out, when Odegaard was substituted, you could see Vieira connecting 2-3 passes, being a bit creative, though he never played this game as I expected. So he has to up his game if he's a player Arsenal has to depend on. You look at players like the likes of Marquinhos. I think he's doing well, but today he didn't do that well. But going forward, I think he will do well. A player I'm disappointed in is Nketiah, though I can still excuse him because the supply from the midfield was a bit poor. He never had they never gave him those open balls, open chances to break lines. They never did that. So I think his performance his performance was not that good, but hoping that he will improve because he's a striker we are depending on in this game, in the Europa League and probably the Cups. So he has to do better than he did today. Looking at Ben White, there is a time he almost cost the team. But generally he had a good match. He made one mistake and the ball was played behind him. So today was BODO's match to lose, and I think they had like 4-5 chances, very open chances, and they didn't capitalize on that. Our defense was a bit shaky, but give it again to Saliba and give it again to Rob, who is doing very well currently and is proving like he wants to come into the first team. So with Rob, we have hope going into the future. But Saliba has just done well.
Okay, I want to talk about one player, Sambi Lokonga. Against Manchester United, Lokonga played a good game, replacing Thomas Partey. But today, Lokonga was somehow very low.
No, Lokonga was okay. According to me, Lokonga was okay. In fact, if there is a guy who has played more touches on this pitch, is Lokonga. The only thing that I think Lokonga needs to improve is how he receives the ball, positioning. At times he's not available like Partey. Partey is always available. Once he plays, he passes the ball, he makes the next move, he's available. You'll always see him into those spaces, into those pockets. So he can receive, he's always receiving the ball. But Lokonga at times, He plays 2-3 passes. The next time you look for him, you're not getting him. But generally, he's going to be a beast. Lokonga is going to be a great guy in that midfield going forward. I think the good thing that should happen with him, they should take him for a loan, and most likely in France, so that way he can get the game time, the required game time. But he's a player to look at in the future. He played very well today. Yeah.
Okay. Going by the results of today, it seems maybe Arsenal might qualify for the next round. Now, this next round, it seems that from the Champions League, we might have Barcelona there, we might have Juventus, we might have Ajax, we might have some big teams coming to the Europa League. With this small squad, do you see Arsenal surviving past the round of 16?
All I can tell you, we are not scared.
Round of 32, I mean.
Of course, we shall not play. Arsenal will not play the round of 32 because they'll finish top of this group. Once they finish top of this group, they go straight to play into the round of 16. And when we go into the round of 16, we want to play against the best. So there's nothing like Juventus, SG, Barcelona, and all that. Those are teams that we have to play against them. If you have to win a trophy, you have to play against the best. So going past round of 16, that one we shall go past it. I'm looking at a situation where we maybe competition may start at the round of quarterfinals. That's when we can expect competition. When we play teams like Barcelona, still like they are not teams that can threaten you. Juventus, Inter Milan, and this other team. Which other this other team is coming there? Ajax. Those are teams Arsenal will go past them. For as long as we are fit, for as long as all our the squad is okay, when we come to that, we will be fielding our first team. Because there are only two ways to get into the Champions League. We either win the Europa League or finish in the top four. And this season, we want Arsenal is looking forward. Either we win the league or we win FM. But most importantly, if we win Europa League, that will be a great achievement. We will have made history. So I think Arteta is looking at this Europa League and the Premier League as serious trophies that we need to contend. We need to compete in. We are not looking at probably FA and Carabao. Those are trophies we're not looking at. Arteta should focus on Europa League, and he should also focus his energies. He should put his troops in order to play the league and the Europa League. But if I were him, I would choose to go for Europa League because of the squad we are having. And as much as we do that, we should also finish in the top four in the league. That is my expectation.
Okay, which player stood out for you today?
Today, I think playing anyway and winning anyway, and I think I would give it to Tana, our goalkeeper, but then I would give it to BODO. The team played well. They kept us at the back, but they kept us at the back. At all times, we were in our box. You could see Nketiah coming back to collect the ball far from the opponent's goal. So generally, I would give it to BODO, having played very well. They were very determined even to the last minute. They were very determined. So I don't think even the man of match should come from Arsenal. It's only that I don't know their names, the BODO's team's names. Their players have some difficult names. But I give it to BODO as a team. Yeah.
Thank you.